Hello, my name is Akila, and today I'm showing you how to survive as the Mandalorians on Grand Admiral without scaling difficulty and also high aggressive AI. So, I will show you my approach, how I go about this. But in general, we are focusing on more military techs and also on the economy. Of course, that is our bread and butter. As soon as we are in the game. Okay, let's go. What do we have? Since architecture is actually not that great, the minerals are kinda okay, but yeah, it's not that great to be honest. But it is what it is. We have to play with it. And here we got a pretty decent bonus for our energy production, so that would make a great energy wood, maybe. We got a couple of food stuff here, but not enough districts, and on the other hand, Concord Dawn is always a good planet for food, so we are grabbing that. First of all, we are grabbing the north part, or exploring the north part rather, and then we are going a little bit west with our second science ship. We create a sector right away, and we have a pretty bad leader, our governor. Yeah, but that's okay. So, as I said, we focus on military tech. Here we just take the reroll with the cheapest tech, the commercial zones. And here we get a pretty good choice. We can go for missiles, and we will use the missiles pretty early on in the game. You will see that. So let's speed up the game a little bit. We just wait until we have 258 manpower, there it is, and colonize our first planet. After that we build the stations in the system, and then we start our second science trip to explore the western part. So in general we want to grab Draboon and Gargon, and I will build a station on Gargon, so we have a nice choke point there. If we can, we try to take New Cleland, which is the system next to New Concord Dawn, and build our second choke point there. Taris can't attack us from the south. Of course, they might haven't explored this area in the first war. And now we have a little bit of a problem. We take the explosive missiles here. And we can go deeper into torpedo choices, which we will do, but we have to deal with the what is it called? The cultists. No good general admiral here. So let's go for the cultists. Dragoon is finally surveyed. And to be honest, it's not that great. Get a little bonus on minerals, but in general, Gargon Prime is a pretty good mineral world, which we want to grab. We have geothermal energy here as well, but not enough districts to support an actually energy world, so we most likely making industrial world out of that.
Battle is joined.
Hopefully we don't lose any ships here in that engagement. That would be horrible. And we don't. Perfect. So research that one, and next up we want to take the warrior culture. I explained a little bit about this. So of course of the alloys, the Mandalorian architecture and the pop growth speed are pretty good. Another good choice would be the supremacy tree, but we are not touching that. at this moment. Another good choice is prosperity, but that might be our third tradition tree we want to pick. In general, I like to pick expansion, but we don't have the time for that, so let's go for the warrior culture instead. And we focus a little more on tech for ships, and pop growth speed is pretty good. We could have taken the unity, but as long as we wait, the better it becomes. So let's wait a little bit on that. Anomaly discovery chance for our scientists, which is pretty nice, I would say. And next up, I think we could make use of Dragoon. It's not that great, but yeah. Proton torpedoes. Of course, shields are not a huge problem in the early game, so we want to go for proton torpedoes here. Also, we get a fight attack, which is mandatory for our defense. And we discovered Gargoon. And as I said, it's a pretty good mineral world, and we will use it as a mineral world. I don't know if we take Concord Dawn first or Gargoon. We will see about that.
System survey complete.
So yeah, as I said, Concord Dawn is pretty strong. With a lush modifier and a lot of districts for farming. So that make a good farming world. But we also have a large fuel deposit on this planet, which is rather nice. We most likely sell the fuel, but yeah, it will boost our economy a little bit. And we can take New Cleveland as well, as we don't see any signs of Taris right now. But first we go for the Dragoon. Pop growth speed is ready. Now we can go for the holotheaters. We need them pretty early on. The free combat limit is pretty good. I think we take that one first.
Anomaly found.
And that anomaly gives us a huge research boost on New Cleveland, but we are not taking this planet. Of course, it's hostile most of the part to us. So, yeah. Unfortunate that we got the substantive abuser. The clearance guy is pretty nice, and for our admiral we want to use one with additional ship range, as we use the torpedoes to our advantage. We grab Dragoon right away after we build the station. And Jaquilia, not so great. And Gargon 2 is pretty interesting with the heavy alloy extraction over there. Yeah, we might take that one rather early. Besides, it's a yellow world for us. But let's move up there and build our station, and after that we might conquer Concord Down next, or New Cleveland, to get the shock points done. First tradition, of course we want the extra alloy income.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
And we got a pretty good energy world here, with 25% more output from credits. That is actually really nice. That will be our energy world. So we want to take it pretty early on, but first we have to start with our defense. And it's also better than Mandalore Prime, as it got more districts. So Mandalore Prime is most likely become an industrial world in this playthrough. So, and I think we go for more economy early on, as we don't need the laser cannons that fast. Yeah, I'm thinking about taking Sandbar right next. But I guess we are going for the defense first and then taking Zanbar.
Construction complete.
So, pretty early on, 5 years into the game, we finally found Taris, which is pretty early to be honest. So the first war will go up like just a couple of years in. I would say in 10 years we are at war with them. And I think we take the mining network as we get the mineral purification plants a little bit earlier, which is rather nice. And next up, we want to send a colony ship to Gargon to grab it. Or we grab Kleeman first, New Kleeman. And I guess we're doing that. Of course, we just need just a little bit more influence for that. So if we can't get New Kleeman and so we can build our defense a little bit further behind on Concord Dawn and funnel the enemy into Ordo. They might not attack our capital right away, but yeah, it's better to have New Kleeman for the base, which we will get. Build up our starbase on Gargon, and also one more influence, and we can grab Gargon. Next up, basic flux throwers. That's a no-brainer. That will be our weapon of choice besides the missiles. And now we can go for the planetary designation on Mandalore Prime. And we will make it industrial world and build up the first district for it. So next up we want to take the pop growth speed, as we need to grow pretty fast.
Situation log updated.
So asteroid sighted.
Achieved.
Let's have a look. It's pretty near to Mandalore, and I guess Mandalore is down, Mandalore Prime. We will lose this planet. It doesn't seem like we can do something about that. The extra happiness from this tech is rather nice. I suggest take it early, as it further boosts our economy. Let's explore further south after we get New Kleeman. Yeah. There you go, Mandalore Prime is gone. Which is more than unfortunate. And we don't have the resources to get it up again. Also, we want to take New Kleeman now, before Taris even get the chance to do that. So our basic defense is consolidated at this point. We got the hangars and the fighters. We got our choke points. And there is not much they can do about it. We definitely want the naval capacity, and we can go for explosive improvements, which will make our fleet even stronger. So yeah, after we grab New Kleeman, we immediately build up our defenses there, and soon we have to focus on our fleet as well. Of course, we can't get out of the war without a fleet, but they most likely can't come in. We discover Taris and immediately send a spy over there. So let's build the hangar base and also the target uplink computer for even more range on the stations. So we make a significant amount of damage before they even can shoot back at us. That's the main goal here. And we found the
We have
Verpines on the right
established
side.
a new planetary base.
And next up we want to take Conquer Dawn.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
And after that we go for Sandbar and create our first energy world. So that one is for now just a mineral planet. Of course we need minerals from the boon. And we will take minerals from Gargong as well, but we need a lot of
System
them.
survey
Of
complete.
course we will have a lot of industrial worlds to boost our economy. Heavy alloy extracted from Concordia as well, which is rather nice. And yeah, unchanged on Mandalore Prime, we just lose some districts to the crash of the asteroid, so I think we take Concordia now.
Construction complete.
Yeah, we will take Concordia and make that our first industrial world. Of course, we need the alloys and we need them fast. Next up, we want to take Conquer Dawn as our farming world.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Early ion cannons, pretty early, pretty important for our destroyers, or rather frigates in this mod. And we start building up just a couple of ships.
Construction complete.
And sell a lot to get more alloys. It's better to take a healthier chunk. So we just save another 3,000 or sell as much as we can. But buying larger quantities comes with a nice discount, and we want to utilize that in the early game, of course. So, finally making progress
Conquest of a new world
on the
has begun.
Verpines. Yeah, of course, we take the Unity, the influence for even more expansion. And we can colonize Conquer Dawn right away.
Our
And there
foes
is the
have
war
mustered
declaration
the
just
courage
6
for
years
war.
after we discovered them. We need to build up our defenses in New Kleeman. And we definitely need a fleet now. We just want to get out of this war as fast as possible without taking any casualties in terms of planets or systems. But I'm pretty sure they can't beat our
We are tracking an enemy.
our
fleet.
stations. Not with that fleet. Just 700. As our first hunger comes up, New Kleeman is pretty much unbeatable. But we will reinforce anyway with our fleet.
The enemy is targeting one
Okay,
basket.
now we have to react pretty quickly. Take the early laser cannons. And we also want the focusing crystals for a little bit more damage output. But our stations
Situation
handle
log
that
updated.
quite well, so we can upgrade instead of fighting.
Our ships
And now
have
we are
been
going the
made
path
superior. We have established a new
of getting
planetary
our
base.
architecture for the Mandalorians. So we need to merge the fleet, make the fleet
Our
training,
ships have been
and
made superior.
finish the special project,
An alien empire wishes to
our
communicate.
weapon test. Next up we take
Conquest of a
Zanbar
new
as our
world has
energy
begun.
world.
Initiating
And we found
tactical
another
phase.
Marauder fleet. Or Cultist Marauder fleet. So we want to take the two outer planets for a new defensive line against Onderon. But we have to see if they explore in that direction, which they could potentially do. But I hope they don't. So we have space there and maybe a little bit of time, even if we are at war. Let's boost our economy even more. We don't go for shields, of course. We want to have big, thick armor instead of shields. Of course, we are Mandalorians and we have Beskar.
Special project complete.
So next up, Holo Theaters or the Crime would be good, but Holo Theaters it is. And we have to balance our economy just a little bit to get an edge. Okay, now we can see a little bit more from Taris.
Scientific breakthrough.
They're not
achieved.
that big. They're equally big as us. We can go for the improved titanium, so we have pretty strong defensive capabilities on our ships. And next up we can take Sandbar. Finish the training.
Special project complete.
Finish the first tradition tree, take technological ascendancy, as we need research as well. And we will build a research lab on Mandalore as well, pretty early on. And now we have to start the weapon test, which take a long time. And we just need to establish 2 new colonies to finish our first quest line. So let's assist the research on Mandalore, as this ship can't do anything else right now.
We have established a new planetary base. Anomaly found.
And here we can go for sensors or the internal components. I would like to go for the sensors, to have extra range on the sensors, but the combat computers early on are pretty strong and we have to take them. And we make Mandalore Secundus world where we can get more alloys from. Gargon Prime have a little bit of an issue. We use our soldiers to carry out some orders there to get rid of those pesky aliens on our planet. So yeah, of course we want to buy a protective shield for our
Scientific
researcher.
breakthrough achieved. Construction complete.
And the blocker clearance is pretty important. We need to do that in a couple of years to get our planets running at full capacity. Let's see what Bedlam got. Nothing too special. Might be another industrial world. And for Tierphone, that could be a decent mining world. As we get some mineral districts. Jordon as well. Got some mineral districts to it, but no modifiers. And Aphides is definitely, besides the modifiers it got, but there are not enough districts for that. It's also industrial world for us. So let's build up some stuff in Gargon.
System survey complete.
And the research labs, as I said, on Mandalore.
The conquest of a new world has begun.
So yeah, next up we want to grab the planet. And Fasku doesn't seem too bad. We'll make Good opportunity for another industrial
We have
world.
established a new planetary base.
Let's set the designations of all worlds. But first, let's take the supremacy tree for some discounts. So yeah, as I said, that would be a mining world, and Conquer Dawn is a good lush world.
Construction complete. Anomaly found.
Let's build up our fleet even more. Just one engagement and we are out of this first war. Our planet's coming online
Special
in a couple of years, so we might get the edge economy-wise. Let's grab research speed, why not? Now we got the internal components for our fleet and we can refit our ships to our needs. So we doesn't need them right now to fight
survey complete.
until this point, but we will just in a year to finish up this war. So let's go to the designer. As I said, we want to use missiles. We can go for ion cannons, but as I said, shields are not a huge problem. So we go for the slug throwers and also the concussion missiles, the fusion missiles. And titanium ship armor. Can do a shield, put a shield in there, but the value of the titanium ship armor is way better. And we also got the architecture on top of that, so let's go for that. So I have the price to upgrade those, so we have to wait a little bit. That's actually perfect. Capacity subsidies. We don't have an energy world right now, but we are grabbing one at this very point. So yeah, now we got the combat computers and we want to take the tracking. We don't care about evasion that much. We want to get the hits. So, and as we have a good leader for this fleet, we get the first hit and we want to hit it actually. So yeah, their fleet doesn't look that scary and they might fly into our stations. So of course we take the reduced cost for our ships. And we sneak Vancouver from them. I don't know why the AI doesn't expand there. Maybe they're intimidated by us. I don't know.
Scientific breakthrough.
They start claiming immediately Vancouver. We might accept them just a little bit. And we also can activate 2 of our edicts. Let's go for fleet supremacy for the extra experience and the information quarantine for extra stability. If we had more unity, we want to go for one of the bottom 2 for fleet expansion agenda, but we can't. So let's hope we got a fleet agenda. Dude. And we have to get rid of the infestation, which is pretty annoying right now. Balance our economy a little bit.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
And we got a pretty nice bonus on one of our worlds with an extra researcher every 20 pops. That's pretty good. We don't need the energy income, so we can go for that option, but we want to keep the pop growth speed. So now we take Mandalore Prime.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
And as expected, they immediately attack Vancouver. They're not happy about us taking that.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
And now we beat up their fleet. We take Vanku and finish up this war. They have no chance against our station. And we got a little bit of research out of that as well. Let's take Vanku first.
Incoming transmission.
Can settle the status quo, but we don't want to lose Vanku, actually.
Beginning attack run on enemy station.
This is all maneuverable. We don't want to get a minus there. Just take the hit on the pop growth speed. It's okay, but we need the districts. So now we can set the status quo without losing anything. And we are out of our first war just like that. Our planets are building up. We are getting an energy world pretty soon. And we finally get the frigate tech.
We
can upgrade our main fleet and we are out of the war. In the next part I will show the second war and a little bit of economy as well. And our general approach how to survive.